Welcome to the Real Estate Fight Club, a podcast for agents where you'll witness a battle of opinions about topics affecting your real estate business. Now, always in your corner, here are your hosts, Jen Mertland and Monica Weekly.
Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. What's up, Jen Mertland?
You're a good announcer voice today. You've been practicing.
After 115 episodes, I'm getting pretty good at it.
You're so good at it.
Yeah. What are you doing today?
What am I doing today? Causing a ruckus. Probably.
I believe it. Did you buy any investment properties lately?
No.
Oh.
I'm actually done.
Oh.
I'm at my
Until
goal.
you're not. Right.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I've got a closing today. Love closing days. It's my favorite day. Closing day.
I don't even want to talk to you about roundtable closings.
Don't. We know how you feel about them. Maybe you should move to a state that doesn't do them.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Actually, I think Cleveland doesn't do them.
Actually, most places don't do them. Cincinnati's like one of the only places that does.
You know why?
Behind the times.
No, because we're the friendliest city on earth.
Oh God, I'm throwing up. I need to take a break.
I'm with you on this, even though, you'd think I wouldn't be, but I am, because if I have to sit and listen to one more seller tell everybody about the neighbors and the mailman and the this and the how this lock works, and I don't care. I don't care.
Leave a video,
Exactly.
We'll figure it out, just like you figured it out.
That's right. Right. Yeah. Let it be part of your, process, adventure. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. We love that you tune in every week. We love that you share. We love that you subscribe. We just love you guys. We do.
We have a couple of listeners that have told me they are on a track to be here every single episode.
Yes.
And now, since there's a few of them, they are now competing. So whoever finishes first wins.
Gets a t-shirt and a hat or something, or one or the other. I don't know. We're gonna have to make them.
Get your mouse pad.
Your mouse pad.
Actually, a microphone.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Or boxing gloves with our faces on them, maybe.
No.
All right, nah. All right, guys. Today, Jen and I are gonna duke it out over this question: how should you fire a client? And should you fire a client? So should you, is there a reason to fire clients? And if so, how do you do it?
Why don't you go first?
I will go first.
Get it.
I know you and I think are going to agree on hell to the yes, you need to fire clients.
Oh yes.
We probably need to fire them way more than we do. Right. So the answer to that is short and sweet. Yeah, do it. You got to have standards in your business, and that includes the way you let clients treat you. That includes the way they show up, the way they conduct themselves, legally or ethically or whatever. All the reasons for you to have standards in your business. And if you don't, then I think you need to look in the mirror and say, what am I really prioritizing? Is it money or my reputation?
But it's not even really money, because usually like the ones that you shouldn't be working with, it's not worth the money.
That's right. You got to look at the bigger
picture. They
picture.
never close.
How much mind space are they taking? How much time are they taking? I bet you're making like a nickel an hour working with these guys. So yeah. Now the big question is, how do you fire them? So
what's their ass? Just kidding.
Wait, all right, you go first. Tell me how you'd fire me. Let's role play.
I would never fire you. I think you're awesome.
Oh, well, let's pretend I'm a jackass client.
I don't even mind jackasses. Like, if you're a jerk, that doesn't bother me. But let's say I accidentally took a buyer. Oh God.
Oh, by accident. You fell into a buyer.
Well, sometimes I get excited, and I'm like, oh yeah. And then we do the consultation and it's like, okay, I think this will be fine. But then it's not fine. Right.
Yeah.
So then what I've done in the past has just been like, Monica, we are I'm so frustrated because we've been looking at houses and we haven't found anything. So what I'm going to do is I have a partner and they are like the best agent in Anderson. And I know that they will help us. I'm going to have her call you. Will you take her call?
Oh, so you're transferring out so that you get a referral fee.
Yes.
Yes. That sound is really good, by the way. Talking to the mic. Okay, interesting. So a couple reasons why I will fire a client. One, of course, ethically, if there's anything there, I will run from that so fast, and everybody should.
And what do you do? You're like in the midst of the transaction.
Yeah. So your decision to do that is one that I don't agree with. I don't find it ethically appropriate. And I don't tolerate that in my business. So I'm going to have to step away. We're going to have to end this relationship because I don't want any part of that.
But you're like under contract.
Yeah, I'm going to find somebody else. I'll, roll you up to my broker or somebody. Like, I'm out. Yeah. Luckily, I've never actually had to do that. Have you? Ethically?
Like, I have had an ethical conversation with somebody, but it's been more like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, exactly. We can influence, like, no, you're not. No, that's not.
And I don't mind. Like, yeah. And it was like a seller and it had to do with inspection repairs or whatever. And I was like, we're not doing that. And then if they kept pushing, I'd be like, well, I mean, you're on your own.
We're out. Yeah. I think the answer is, look, you hired me to keep you safe and protected. And if you do that, you are doing something very unethical and you could be subject to some real issues. And I don't want that for you, and I won't have it for me. So,
right.
Yeah. For me, the only times I've ever fired an agent, which I have over the years, probably two or three. I mean, sorry, a client agent. Sometimes I'd like to fire an agent. You're fired from the other side of this deal.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was a Freudian slip. I can think of one gal in particular, and she was a nonstop complainer, victim. Every time she called me, the energy would drain out of my entire body.
No.
I got so beat down on it after taking it for so long that I finally said to her, I'll just say her name was Karen. Let's just say
Karen.
I'll say, Karen, can I be honest with you? I don't feel like I am delivering on your expectations, because every single time you call me, you are upset, you're angry, you're frustrated, you're less than pleased. And I have to tell you, when I see your name pop up on my phone, I'm literally drained of energy and I can't do that.
Oh my God, you say that.
Oh, full out. And because it was so bad.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, look, would you like me to find you another agent?
No, Monica, I don't.
Yeah, no, she's like, you know what? She was great. She's like, I am so sorry. Sometimes you just got to call people out on their shit.
You do.
If you do it in the right way. She was like, I am so sorry. You're right. I know you're on my side. I'm so frustrated. I'm so stressed. Also, my daughter just got diagnosed with cancer. Like, something came out then. I was like, all right, we got to talk about this. I'm on your side. And the thing was fine from there on out.
Yeah.
So I didn't end up firing her. I tried to fire her and she got better. So
I mean, you have to give him a chance, right? But I think that you make some good points here that I want to point out. It's like, one, if it's not working for you, it's likely not working for them. Right, and I think like that is in every relationship, right? Like with your friends, with your colleagues, with whatever, right? And you were just like, look, this is a lot harder than it should be. And it doesn't feel great. So like, you're basically like, here's our choices. Like, we can stop working together or we can make this better. But there are some clients that you don't want to give them the option of making it better because you're so over it. Right. And I think that's the point where you either have to have that conversation. Like, this is not working. I'm not helping you. Do you have somebody else in mind that can help you?
Or would you like me to find somebody?
Would you like me to find somebody? And you just have to like cut it off and be done.
Yeah.
But there's so many agents that want to be liked that this is a tough conversation.
Oh, raising hand if you're not watching video. Me.
I've ever met in my life.
I know.
Like, how did you get over that like need and desire to be liked versus like, I'm getting drained of all my energy? Can you give
That's
us
a great question. Yes. This has only been later in my life, in the last, I'd say 4 or 5 years.
Your give a shit meter has dropped. Is that what you mean?
I give a shit meter has dropped, not because, well, maybe some because of age. I think that happens in general, but truly because as I've been coached and worked so deeply on my business and monetizing my time and understanding priorities and understanding how time works for me and how I can't do everything and get anything done. And if I want this life I want, I've got to say yes and no to things.
Yeah.
And if I'm saying yes to this client that is taking 100% of my mind space, I'm saying no to everything else.
Right.
And that, like, when you put it on those scales like that, you have no choice but to say no. And you've got to freaking pull up your big girl pants and figure out how to say the hard words to clients. And when you get the language, I've always said that. I've said that with you a couple of times. It's just the language people need.
Right.
One thing I say to clients where I feel like they're really upset with me, I'll say, can we have an honest conversation? Have you lost confidence in my ability to help you?
Boom.
That question opens up a very nice dialogue. Have you lost confidence? Because then it's not like, do you hate me? Do you think I suck? It's, have you lost confidence in my ability to get your home sold?
That's a great question.
I asked it recently to a guy that we were having trouble selling his house in this market, believe it or not. I know, because it was on a highway and it had some other things going on, and he was freaking frustrated, and so was I. And I said, have you lost confidence? If you have, like, let's have a real conversation about that. He said, Monica, I have not. I'm just so frustrated. And that makes me feel better. Like, okay, now I know it's not me. Like, let's get back at this.
Exactly.
Thing, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I think that's a great question. And I think to your point too, if you're saying yes to all of these clients and you're feeling drained, you're probably like doing that in a lot of other areas of your life. And that's something to take a look at. Like, what do you truly value? Start with the end in mind, work backwards, and start saying at least one no a day to something. You know what I mean? Or like one no a week, or whatever, wherever you need to start. Once you get on a roll, it's fun to say no. Be like, no.
Yes. And no is a full sentence, by the way.
It is. You don't have to justify anything.
That's right.
And if you're having trouble with the words, I think we'd be open to, like, just let us talk to one of us and we'll help you.
Yeah, we can help you with the language. And I think really this may be a little too woo-woo for some of our listeners, but others will absolutely believe this. When you are doing business like that and you have that energy in your life, that negative energy from a couple clients, that is what you will continue to attract. Because all you're saying to yourself is, I hate this business. Clients are hard. They're difficult. This business is hard. That's just what you're going to get more of. And when you clean up your space and you clean that up, clean your house up, man. The right clients will come into your life. I mean, all clients are going to be difficult at some point, but when they're good people, can I share this real quick with you? I had a seller, and the week before closing, the buyer lost their job. But he lost it in a way. Did I mention this in another podcast? He lost it because the bank checked the box at the final employment checked the box that he would not be employed in the near future. That's how this buyer found out.
He had no idea.
And from the employment check from the lender, he found out.
Was that a mistake?
It's awful. I was like, can't the lender just check the box? Like, can't the employer just check the box? Okay. But anyway, I go to my buyer who has partially moved, or my seller who has partially moved out of the house with his brand new baby and his toddler and his wife postpartum. And I said 1 week, like, I'm sorry, the guys, they won't lend him the money. And I told him what happened. And you know what he said? He said, that is awful for that guy. That's how he found out he was losing his job.
It is awful. What the hell?
I know, but that guy did not say, oh shit. Like his first concern, overly concerned for this guy. They were both veterans. They were, obviously both incredible people. And that's the kind of client I want, is my point. That. And when you get some of that, you'll get more of that.
Exactly. But I think you're speaking to too, like, who are you in business with? Who do you deal with? And if you're not, like, really, and if you don't have standards in your business and you feel like you're taking everything on, really, like, who are your top clients in this last year? Who did you enjoy working with? Who are you friends with now? Like, and what do they have in common? And when you write those down and start like really thinking about like, okay, these are the type of clients who are my ideal client, then it'll be a lot easier to recognize that the people that aren't that.
Yes. I mean, if you're into affirmations,
that is a really bad way to find out you lost your job. What the hell?
Absolutely awful.
That company is terrible.
Terrible. Imagine that conversation. Like, you got something you want to tell me?
I know, right?
Not only losing his job, but losing the house he was so excited about getting 1 week from today.
Spent a bunch of money trying to get.
Yeah.
That's crap. All right, let's take a break. Yeah.
Let's take a break. Yeah.
Right. All right. When we come back, well, let's hear a word from our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll have the final punches.
Hey, Jen, guess what?
Tell me everything.
I got some big news for us.
What is it?
We here at the Real Estate Fight Club, we have a new partner.
Hey, who is it? I mean, I know who it is, but they don't know.
Yeah, I know you know who it is, but we are announcing it today. Our newest partner is Cyberbacker. Ever heard of Cyberbacker? I know you have, because I talk about them all the time.
Right. They're great. Tell us who it is. Oh my
gosh. Cyberbacker provides incredible virtual assistants to anybody that needs one. And I need one, and you need one, and everybody needs one.
I think, I think like having a virtual assistant is like a great way, because not everybody needs like a full-time assistant, you know, or maybe they need some help posting the ghost poster ads or whatever, right?
It's like every little thing. What's awesome about Cyberbacker is that they have this sort of onboarding process, not only to help you match up with the right VA, but also once you choose that VA, they go through like a 2 or 3 week training process for whatever it is you need, and their folks train. It's truly, my VA is like my favorite person on the planet. She's the best. Frances. I'm with her for almost a year. And honestly, she has elevated our business. So I'm super happy that we are partnering with Cyberbacker.
I'm excited too. All right. Well, they can find more details we'll post more details on how you can get involved.
All the time. And you'll begin to see them in our episodes and whatnot too.
Exactly. All right. Yay.
Welcome back. Let's get back to the battle inside the ring.
Get it.
Jen and I are talking today about, should you fire clients? Agreed. Yeah. We both stamp that. Yes, must.
Approved.
If you do any level of business and you haven't fired a client, then I believe that you are probably like pimping yourself out in some way. I don't know.
Something. I don't know.
Something. And then the other part of the question was how to do it. So Jen, like, give me a summary on your take on how is the best way to handle that situation, whether it be a seller or a buyer.
The how part, it kind of starts at the beginning. It starts with the consultation. Like, here's how this process is going to go. Here's what I do. Here's what your expectation is for you to do, like have all the lights on, approve showings, like all this stuff, right? So then if they're not I think like in that conversation and in that first meeting, you're getting like a weird vibe, I wouldn't take the listing. If you're not getting a weird vibe, then if you like on down the road, if something happens, then it's like the conversation is then like, this seems weird and out of character. And then they can have a response, right? Or if you just see a side of them that you're like, no bueno, this ain't happening, I'm done, then you got to figure out how to refer them out, or just break up.
Yeah, or break up. My coach, Hank Avent, gave me great,
hey.
Shout out to Hank.
Hey.
Give me a great formula. I don't know if this is his formula or if he got it from somebody for tough conversations. So I'm going to share this today because I think this really could help you guys in formulating, like, what do I say to this client?
Okay.
And the formula is 3 steps. Excuse me. The first step is tell them how you're feeling. Like, I'm having this feeling, or I'm sensing this, or this is, how I'm feeling right now. And the second thing is, I'm open to feeling differently. And you actually have to be open to feeling differently than you are. And then the third step is, tell me what I'm missing. So, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm sensing you're frustration with me. I'm feeling very frustrated with our partnership, like something has changed. I am open to feeling differently about this, but I wondered, could you tell me what I'm missing?
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
but
isn't that a great formula?
That's only if you are like that you do want to stay in a relationship. I think the hardest ones are when you don't want to stay in a relationship with them.
Yeah, right.
And so is there a formula for that?
Yes, I've come to
new phone, who dis?
Who dis? Yeah, new phone. How about, hey, look, I had to make a hard decision last night in my business. And the decision is for you and I to part ways. I'm going to talk about what that looks like and how to do that. But your inability to freaking show your house in an appropriate fashion is preventing me from doing my job for you. And so, I think you just have to fucking hit him in the eyeballs. Did I just drop an F-bomb? Sorry.
That feels a lot like it's about you. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it is about you. You're making a business decision, and unapologetically, I have standards. You're not meeting them.
Yeah, but I mean, it feels more like you're saying, yeah, like, I don't know. Isn't there a way to say that where it's like, I don't know. I feel like I would probably say, this isn't working. We agreed that the house would be open for showings, and obviously you have some restrictions, and I don't think that I'm able to sell your house with those restrictions. Do you have somebody else in mind that you can work with, or do you want me to refer you, or have you changed your mind?
Yeah. Right.
Like I don't know. I think like when you say like in my business, I had like, I don't know, that just like me.
And versus, well, but you just made a decision for yourself because he's not showing up in a certain way. You're walking away.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you say whatever is comfortable for you. If you want to, come at them, great. If you want to make it all about you, great. If you want to balance in between, great.
Hashtag Team Monica.
Yeah, no. I think the thing is, don't mince words. Like,
be clear.
Be very clear, because they're not going to hear your subtle hints at breaking up. Like, just
be what it is.
I'm sending over a cancellation. Would you like me to get another agent for you? I sense that this isn't going to end well if we continue on this path together.
Is that a threat? This won't end well.
No, meaning like we're not going to be friends, and I don't want to get there.
Oh man,
we still be friends?
No, we can't, because now I see you and you show me I don't want to be your friend.
All right. So in summary, be clear. If you've made up your mind and you want out, be clear, swift, quick solutions, try to save it for 25%.
Get it.
Otherwise, have the tough conversation to try to make it right. And that also means that you have to be willing to see things differently, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, fire him.
Yeah. Get him.
Okay. All right. I guess that's going to have to be the end of today's battle. Anything else you want to add there, Mertlin?
That's a lot. That's enough.
All right, good. If you enjoyed this episode, or you have an agent friend of yours that's had to do a tough firing, or that should be doing a firing right now, send it to them.
Send it.
And go to our Facebook page. That's Real Estate Fight Club Podcast. And also on Instagram. Woo woo. We're doing some fun stuff over there. So go check us out and follow us over on Instagram as well.
Yeah. And if you have a question about EXP and you're thinking that it might be a good fit for you, give us a call, 513. What's my number? Oh yeah, 400 1691. Or if you're just nosy, we'll talk to you about it.
That's right. And stay tuned for the tiebreaker.
Yep. Tiebreaker.
Here we go. See you next time.
All right. I am here with my tiebreaker, Chris Jones. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Jennifer. How's it going?
Good. How are you today?
I am quite fine.
That's good. All right. So you are the founder of Guerrilla Realty. And actually, we did a tips for realtors with you, a video about all the free apps and stuff that you design. But that's not what this podcast is about. But people have got to check that video out, because you have like all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
That was a lot of fun. It was a pretty long video, but it's a lot of free tools. Anyway, okay. You ready for your tiebreaker question?
I'm ready. What's the question?
Should you ever fire a client?
All right. So this one's a no-brainer. The
Okay.
answer is yet. The answer is yet. Yes, you should fire clients.
Okay.
But with a caveat. So I'm the nerd who comes over prepared. I hope that's okay. And I have a penchant for giving away free stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually came with a little resource that realtors can use to fire a client. I don't know if that's helpful.
Oh, yeah. Tell me, what is it?
Well, I put together a memo. So everyone knows that the term, at least I think the term firing a client came from Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek. Is that right?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. So that's where I was introduced to the concept. Before then I thought, oh, you just take as many customers you get. You just hold on to it for your life, right?
Right.
And that's how I always did business. That's how I always believed, you gotta get as many customers as you can. And that one was eye-opening for me, as Tim Ferriss says, look, sometimes you have you got to apply the Pareto principle to your clients, and people who are taking a disproportionate amount of your time and energy, but who aren't creating the same disproportionate profit for you, you should fire them. And that blew my mind when I read that. Yeah. So in that book, he suggests just sending them a simple impersonal memo that lets them know that, look, due to a shift in our business model, we can no longer fulfill your needs. And so I put together the realtor version of that memo, and I'd love to share it with anybody who's listened to the podcast.
Yeah, definitely. Where can we find it?
So I have it in a shareable Google document, and I'll just share it with you, and you can put it maybe like in the show notes links or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's good. We'll put it in the show notes.
So if you're listening, it's in the show notes. But the answer is yes, you should fire clients when they're taking up a disproportionate amount of your time and they're not creating a disproportionate amount of commissions.
But let me ask you a question. Okay, so as a real estate agent, many real estate agents are like solopreneurs, right? And so like if you're doing 10 to 15 to 20 deals a year, how do you determine unemotionally, right, the amount of time that's disproportionate? Do you know what I'm asking? Because you don't want to just all of a sudden be like, due to a shift in our business, and they're like, you're my friend, I know you. Like, that's not.
Yeah. So this is like the Supreme Court ruling on pornography. They say, okay, I can't define it, but I know it when I see it, right?
Right.
When you see it. So it's the same. I think every realtor intuitively knows when they want to fire a client.
Yeah.
And do you know why I think we wrestle over the decision?
Why?
Because most realtors don't have enough customers.
Yeah, generate so you don't have to tolerate. That's what I say.
I never heard that saying before, but I love it. I think that most realtors, if they constantly had multiple escrows, multiple deals in the pipeline, they would have no problem firing a customer. And I think every realtor intuitively knows when to fire a customer. But the reason why we hold on for dear life is it's like, this is the only commission I've got working right now. So I know there's not a easy solution to this problem, but I would recommend that you make sure that you're not dependent on any one client that comes through your pipeline, so that you can dispassionately hire when the time comes. And I like, we could get into the weeds of it and try to define like, oh, what's grounds for firing a client. But the truth is, everybody knows when if you want to fire a client because they're asking you to work hard, I think the problem is with you, not with the client.
Right.
But if the client is inconsiderate, rude, nasty, unfriendly, those are the people that you should automatically fire, because they're going to take an emotional toll on you that's going to steal from other clients.
Well, I think what a lot of people don't understand too is the idea of opportunity cost. It's not something that's taught in real estate school. It's only taught in business school. And so for those of you that don't know what it is, it's like you had mentioned, there's an emotional toll, right? And so when you have this client that you know that you should not be working with, and they could be your aunt, right? It could be your best friend. It could be a best friend's referral, right? But you should not be working with them. I like your idea of like, one is like, well, look at yourself, and is the reason why you haven't fired them because you don't have enough escrows. That's a terrible reason, right? It's not a good reason.
Right.
And then second, like, what is the opportunity cost of working with that client? Meaning, what are you not doing? And we already know what you're not doing. You're not generating more leads.
Right. Yeah. So that, the old adage is a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Yep.
But I think that sometimes we overwork that adage. And
Yeah.
just because I have this client right here, that it's worth, going out, it's worth it, the opportunity cost of going out and getting more clients. The truth is, if you fired that client and it was your only deal that you had working, it would probably be the motive. It doesn't feel nice, but it's the motivation that you need to go out and get
Yes.
other clients that are gonna require as much.
And where I've seen this most often is agents that tell me they've been working with a buyer for like years and shown them like 50 houses. And they're like, well, I've already been doing it. So now I'm just going to keep doing it. Oh my God, it makes me insane. Stop
That's actually
it.
a really good point. So that's the sunk cost fallacy. That
Okay.
just because you have costs sunk in this activity or whatever, that therefore, it's like if you bought tickets to a concert and then realized you didn't want to go to the concert anymore. You
Right.
don't go to the concert just because you paid money for because then you're taking two negatives. You spent the money and then you're
Right.
enjoy, right? So you just cut your losses. And so who
Yes.
cares if you show them 1,000 houses at this point? If they're rude or nasty, or they're not the type of client that you want to serve,
Right.
then you can fire them.
Exactly. So the Jen and Chris Business School will be taking place on, no, I'm just kidding. Right, Chris? We should make one.
Yeah, we should do it. Let's do it. In fact, I think we're gonna do it.
We are doing it actually coming up. Well,
We'll tell you more about it next week, okay, peeps?
yeah, next week we'll do it. All right. Well, Chris, if somebody has a question for you, they want to get a hold of you, what is the best way? Or they want like whatever, if they want to learn more about like all these apps.
Yeah, go to guerrillarealty.com. All of our apps, all of our free apps that we build for realtors are there. You could join our email list. Our email list is really awesome. We tell you about cool webinars that we're teaching. And yeah, go to guerrillarealty.com and learn more about us.
Awesome. Always a pleasure. I appreciate you being on.
Yep,
Thank you. See ya.